Do you think at this point it's obvious what we're doing and we don't need to do an intro every time? Because I remember, I feel like the last one we just jumped straight into
we
it.
totally
Yeah, whatever.
Like,
Hey guys, like and subscribe. Hit that bell. Sorry.
We've been doing claps.
it's a bit late for that.
Scott, clap. Hey guys, like and subscribe. We're Voyager 2023 Eurovision entrants. If you like our stuff, hit that bell. Or don't, because apparently followers aren't really a thing anymore.
What's up, guys? It's Voyager here.
What's up, guys? It's Voyager.
What's
Great to see you.
Like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out our affiliate links in the description below. We don't get lots of money for it, but it's just a really good way to help support the channel and do a whole bunch of other shit that we talk about doing.
Have you ever used the windscreen wipers on your car and your windscreen wipers aren't really working properly? Well, have I got the product for you? More about that next week. We are reviewing... Scott.
Does anyone have Raycon earbuds?
How many of you guys have tried to make a website but just found it so difficult with all the coding? I have to tell you, there's a brand new website on the market.
Get out. Hey,
it's
Alex, can I just interrupt you? Are you thirsty? Because I'm feeling really thirsty.
I am actually.
And do you know what quenches the thirst? Nothing better than water. Scott,
I think I'd better help you move along.
Is there some kind of website builder that would be able to help me advertise that water?
Chemo brain freeze. All right, come on.
This is absolutely...
We were talking about how we haven't been doing intros because, we don't need it, and then we just did the longest intro.
Now we really need an intro.
the worst thing I've ever heard in my life.
Scott, in your best Australian accent, we are reviewing... Yeah. No, that's not how it's pronounced.
Shkodra, Elektronike. Elektronike. Zjerm. Yeah.
I've been waiting all day for that.
Oh, that's great.
Albania.
Danny,
I'm going down to Albania on the weekend.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Albania.
I don't know how to... Shkodra, Elektronike, Zjerm? Maybe Zjerm?
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well,
No, I think Scott's right on this one.
Zjerm.
we'll soon find out.
I don't speak Skipperese, mate.
No.
You know what I mean? Okay, let's hit it. I'm just sorry before we hit it. I'm expecting just like
A lot.
dramatic bombast,
Yeah.
and if I don't get it, I'm going to be very disappointed.
It'll be 0 sandwiches.
I'm looking for something to complain about.
I'm hoping for at least some. Whoa!
Crank it.
Yes.
Oh.
I
Okay.
forgot they do the live orchestra at their national finals.
That's actually sick.
I keep forgetting they do it. It's so good.
Bring it back. This reminds me of that dance scene in Pulp Fiction already.
What's the percussion? That's claps.
Yeah.
Sick.
Hoppa. Seemingly a lot of words jammed in that one verse. Ooh. Got another member of the community on stage.
Yes.
Let's go.
Oh, he's got a sample pad.
This is playing as a fart sample.
It's so infantile.
This is extremely unusual.
This is so weird. I'm loving it.
I'm in love with her. She's amazing. Oh, she hit it.
Oh,
She gets a go.
he's like, oh. Oh, I can hear that. His mic was gained up too high.
Getting narration now.
I'm so scared
This
right
is
now.
Albanian Christopher Lee.
Zjerm. There you go. Microphone fits perfectly under his nose.
Yeah.
I don't know if that part hit the way they felt.
Yeah.
It's like Beauty and the Beast or something. I like this bit.
This is a chorus.
I do like this chorus.
Sure.
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah. Wow!
Just one more.
Guys, you've still got 500 euros left on this. Do it.
Isn't that just like...
Just broke Danny.
Do you guys want to save this pyro budget for the next show, or just use the
Nah,
rest
just
of
blow it
just
up.
Nah, just
fucking
one more
crank
time.
it, mate. Go on.
5 seconds too late.
Life's too short. Fucking give it a...
Pyro guys is
Just trying to thank the crowd. Thanks everybody.
Brian, the song's at the end. You're supposed to do the big crescendo. There's like 30 seconds after they finish.
as you go to try to thank the crowd.
Thank you.
Fire that pyro guy.
Fire him.
Oh my god. He does that.
Oh, we're clipping so hard. Oh my god.
God.
You had one job.
Maybe the button
like-
was stuck or something.
Poor guy's been, this poor Peter the Pyro guy has been at this gig like for 18 hours straight, watching this act, cycling
so
through.
tired.
He's got his meatball sub and he's just like, oh, thank you.
Okay, enough about the pyro guy.
I don't know what else.
That
Yeah.
okay, I got Bombast,
Yeah.
which I wanted from Albania.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the live orchestra thing was cool. I wish they could replicate that. But
Props for them doing it live.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Super.
I was mesmerized. I was confused. I don't know what I was feeling.
Yeah.
You were slightly perturbed.
I was. The gentleman looks extremely menacing. And
It's a terrifying
I like the
individual.
gimmick. I like the bong, and I can see what it's trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's trying to be minimalist and dramatic at the same
Yeah.
time.
Having an octopad have so much focus
Yeah.
is kind of weird.
It's weird,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
Can we put a
You're drawn
prop
to it.
around it so it doesn't
Yes.
look, like a fine Roland product that it is?
Yeah.
There's
Maybe
no-
it's a big drum or like a big sort of thing with because they had like
Exactly.
trees and stuff, right?
There's no reason why that has to be one of those. Like the whole point of those sample pads is portability and like
Yeah.
having a lot of options when you're behind a drum kit.
Yeah.
But you can trigger anything.
Yeah.
You did.
So like he could just get like a wall of like however many drums he needs for however many notes he
Yeah.
needs, and he could just get a massive mallet.
Exactly.
Just hit everyone.
Yeah.
Staging wise,
Dramatic.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Or
Make it a
put,
bit
put
more.
that sample in the backing track and then hit something for,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
genuinely thought he
sure.
was the conductor of the orchestra. For
That's
a
what I
minute.
thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
He's got the garb. He's
Yeah,
got everything. The turtleneck.
the stature,
Yeah.
the way he presents himself.
Did you guys get fleeting moments of like Madonna's Frozen?
Yeah.
We got this
Yeah.
really cool
The chorus in particular.
yeah,
was
this
a bit
this
was
really
cool.
cool world music kind of eerie vibe, but you're not really sure
Yes.
what's going on.
That-
And then maybe some of the mystique was robbed by the fact that it was a live TV
Yeah,
audience.
for sure. Yeah.
And if it were a clip, I'm sure we could get some really cool things going on. And just the sparse reality of having two performers in the middle of an LED lit
Yeah.
dance floor
Yeah.
doing that. I mean, your man here is literally just standing there, side profile, and just kind of doing that. How
Yeah.
exciting can you make that with?
Well,
without taking focus away.
Bigger costume, bigger
Yeah.
props,
Yeah.
and even then when he comes up to the microphone to do his really cool Leibach type spoken thing, that can be really awkward, which I think this was, or can be really menacing.
Yeah.
Like if you get in a big
If he
thing,
was in
with the
traditional
lighting
garb,
shot,
if they
yeah,
did
If it was in
lights a
traditional
bit.
garb or some
Yeah,
kind of
and they dimmed the
ceremonial
lights
thing.
and made it really like focused
Exactly,
on the
yeah.
people.
Yeah.
I think there's lots of. I get the impression because I seem to remember that like previous Albanian entrants have had like a very similar stage setup. I get
Yes.
the sense for their national final they can't really change the staging that much.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, like this was I agree like too exposed maybe for them.
Yeah,
or
it
something.
was.
But you can
Yeah.
imagine like because the chorus is just hitting
Yeah.
like at the start of every measure that sample,
Which is really cool.
it's great. But like you can imagine like him being in almost entire darkness and then just the stage reacting.
Yeah,
That just every
Yeah,
time like
yeah.
it's just like light
Yeah.
flows out from that.
Because then he's
Something
like the
that.
Wizard of Oz, right? He's in control of this
He-
element of the
Yeah.
song and the environment that makes you really wonder
Yeah.
about his motives and why he's there and what relationship he has to the singer.
Because he was obviously like a shadowy figure, right?
Yeah.
So then you're right, put him in the shadows.
Yeah.
She's amazing, beautiful, great singer, dancer, and she's
Yep.
got this kind of almost erotic allure. And if you put him in the shadows, that will be
Contrasting, yeah.
contrasting, but also consistent with when he goes up to the mic and does all the dark.
I wonder what the
stuff.
lyrics
Pretty metal,
actually
really,
translate to. That might shed some light on what it is that they're going for.
Yeah,
This
we
is-
don't know. We go in dark.
This
We've
is
got
the
no idea.
first.
Yeah.
I think this is the first time when we've analysed a song where we've thought about what the narrative is,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
And it's quite unique.
Yeah.
The fact that we like, I'm much the same. I want to know what the script is.
Yeah.
You know, in a
Yeah.
weird way, having that midsection with the guy doing the spoken word part. The language barrier is almost difficult because
Yeah.
I want to know what the story is. I'm actually
Yeah.
compelled by knowing what he's saying because it's got to be something of import.
It's
if you're gonna
definitely
do it that
it's
way.
intriguing,
Yes.
yeah, and it's quite artistic, which is nice.
Yes.
It's almost like an Albanian dead can dance type situation. It's got this sort of traditional stuff
I think
mixed with the electronics, which is cool.
I'm gonna I think acknowledging my bias, I found that musically more in line with what I find interesting and kind of enjoyable.
Yeah.
I thought it might not be out of place on like an early Vast album,
Totally.
actually.
Yeah.
But like it kind of solidified for me, like thinking back to Poland's entry, and I feel like this made me feel like they wanted me to feel for that one. I feel like they wanted me to feel like a little bit threatened and like it was a bit dark and sinister, but because it was just so much.
Bombastic,
It was
yeah.
more Cirque du Soleil than it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're just different approaches, and I'm only saying that because I like this song better personally.
Yeah.
But like I feel this does a better job of making me feel like maybe a bit unsettled or like
Yep.
the song
Yeah.
is dangerous or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Because it's more,
Yeah.
it's like the difference between like a splatter horror movie and like a thriller.
A thriller,
Like-
yeah, true.
Yeah.
How many sandwiches is that for you then?
I think I think there's lots of potential with this. I think there's a really good chance that it could get lost.
I'm worried about that as
People
well.
just might not get it.
Yeah.
Maybe. Which I don't think is a fault of either them or the people.
No.
Like, it's just that kind of thing. I'm probably putting it at like a 4.5. I think there's still some potential to be explored, but I hate to say it, I could almost see it not qualifying through not through their
Through
fault.
pure ignorance.
Yeah. No, not even that. It's just like it's a, if you.
It could be a hard sell.
Yeah, that's what
It's a
I'm
hard
looking
sell.
for. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
So
I was
it's
gonna-
really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Simone, what do you reckon?
Yeah, look, I was wondering as well if did it need a little bit more of a lift somewhere in the music because it was quite. Do you know what I mean?
It was,
kind of
yeah.
That bridge narration section brings it
and
down.
we weren't
rather
really
than
quite
up.
sure where the chorus was, and
Yeah,
like
we
there
weren't,
was that was my only kind of thing I was thinking is like it's not really lifting, but that could be the staging as well because we were like, what's going on here? And he's just standing hitting these things, and maybe with adding in what you were talking about with the lights,
Yeah.
where it's hitting that, and it's got a bit more contrast. Maybe that will lift it. I agree with you that it's definitely got a lot of potential. I'm thinking about a 3.5 or 4 for now, but I'm really intrigued by it. Yeah,
Can you remember the vocal hook at all?
not really.
I
no.
can't. I can remember
Yeah.
Like that's and then.
I just remember it was quite like
Yeah.
hard vocally. I remember thinking that because there was a
Yeah.
few kind of pitchy bits at the beginning.
Yeah.
Also nerves and
His microphone needs to be gated if he's
Yeah.
if he's talking that low. Because do you remember when it cut to him? We heard almost like feedback. It was like the mic just like went gained up because he's so quietly speaking.
Yeah, that's really hard to do. Okay, 3.5.
Yeah.
I reckon
Alex?
I'm the same. There's lots of potential. It feels kind of unfair to judge judge the live performance versions of these songs over the other ones that are quite clearly mostly playback. When you've got actual live players, it feels like the goalposts shift.
Yeah.
But
To me, that's a bonus because it's like it
It's-
feels more organic and more beautiful.
more organic and more beautiful, but it does open itself up to almost being criticised more harshly because there isn't these soft landings in places that the other performances have.
It's basically a live concert with live.
For sure. And there's and
Which
you know
would never
there's-
sound as good as a polished.
They're not standing behind a giant LED screen with all these crazy lights. They're in quite a modest setting, right?
And it's likely not going to be.
So what we're all agreeing with is they need to level up for the actual for Eurovision.
Through no fault of their own.
No.
They've maybe been held back in this live regard, but I reckon it does have a lot of potential. So I'm going to give it 3.5 for that. I would love to see, and I'll be excited to see what they do with it. I think they really need to match the performance and the costuming with the dramatic nature of the actual composition
100%.
musically, because we've got this really impactful music that we're all just like, ooh, okay, it's kind of weird, and it took us on a journey, didn't it? We're like, this is bizarre, this is kind of weird and strange at times, but if you had the costuming and the theatrical input into that, you could sell it really well.
Yeah.
It look really cool. So
3.5?
3.5
I
for
think
me.
we're all
Yeah,
balling
Dan.
3.5
for this one.
3.5 from me as well. I'd say.
Well,
I'd say 3 with the current state it's in, but I think the big word is potential for sure. That I think it has all of the right ingredients to become a really cool and intriguing performance. So like 3 for that, but I do think that it could be anywhere between a 4 and a 4.5.
Yeah.
We'll go back and listen to the actual recorded track.
Yeah.
It'll be different.
My main gripe with this is I'm very disappointed, Scott, that you didn't actually pronounce it Zjerm, which I think would have been the correct Australian pronunciation.
Zjerm. Yeah, true.
But I think Albania, I think you've delivered another really interesting number. You always do, and thank you for that.
yes.
It's great. All right. Is that everyone?
Is it?
Yeah.
Ash, did you give you a
I
sandwich?
did, yeah, it was 4.5.
Where's my sandwich? I didn't get no
I
sandwich.
hate them. Yeah.
Where's the half sandwich?
Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys, because we've got loads of great Eurovision reactions coming your way very, very soon. Keep an eye out on us.